There are shadows upon our land. None know the name of the first realm that fell, the realm that marked the beginning of the age of retreat. But this we all know. It was not the last. All that's left to us now is the Conclave, refuge of the remaining kin. Nyx, Lumen, Forgeborn, Tro, and Mezoar. It is here at its heart, in the great city of Bastion, that the retreat must end one way or another.
I miss everything about role-playing games. The late nights, the pizza, the silliness, and most of all the fun going on all these wild adventures. The thing is, I don't have time anymore.
One day Nick and I were talking about how so many multiplayer role-playing games seem to demand that you play them in these large blocks of time in order to make significant progress. I remember feeling surprised that we were having such trouble finding a game that had the tabletop-inspired gameplay and story depth that we like, and yet also respected that we had a life outside the game.
So we looked at each other and said, I guess it's up to us. And we quit our jobs, we found a 10 by 10 room, and we started building our own game, Conclave. And that's what we've been doing for the past 2.5 years. A central experience in Conclave is the tactical cooperative combat, with you and the rest of your party working together to succeed on the battlefield. To do that, you each have to bring your unique skills to bear, whether you're a vanguard charging into battle and shoving your foes aside, or a rogue sneaking in to deliver that deadly blow, or a runecaster unleashing all of your elemental magics. Conclave is more than just combat, though. You and your allies are also faced with decisions at key points in the story, decisions that can have far-reaching consequences. Maybe you're trying to decide how to get information from the hostile locals, or crossing a bottomless chasm, or attempting to activate a magical artifact. In each case, your party will see the situation, discuss what to do, and then the whole party votes on how to proceed. The consequences can be as simple as gaining the chance to surprise your foes in the combat that follows, or as profound as a fundamental change to the plot.
Our goal is for Conclave to be what we're calling a web-top game, a game that has tabletop-inspired mechanics and story, but that you can play any place that you have a web browser. We want players to be able to play even if they're not online together at the same time. So if you are online together, you can play in real time just as you would an MMO or most other online games. But if you're not, the game will seamlessly shift to an asynchronous style, kind of like Words with Friends, where you can alternate turns and keep playing that way.
This means you can play Conclave whenever, wherever you want. If you want to play for 5 minutes on your phone at the end of lunch, great. If you decide to sit down and play for a couple of hours on your desktop, awesome.
Conclave is set in the world of Orn, which is a world where civilization has been in decline or in retreat for several centuries. And now, pretty much the last stronghold of civilization is the Conclave, where several races have fled from their previous homelands and kind of banded together in this one realm. All around the Conclave are other lands, which are either indifferent or openly hostile to various degrees. And part of the story of the game is the players starting to find out at least, what's behind the forces of the retreat, what led to this situation, and slowly but surely taking steps to actually push back all of the threats and the things that have kind of ringed the Conclave. Up to this point, we've funded development out of our own pockets and with help from family and friends. We've been able to develop the game engine, we've developed the backstory and the world behind the game. We've got a bunch of quests, we've got races, and a full set of archetypes for people to play. For the last few months, we've been running a beta test where we've got play testers who've been helping us with feedback on how the game plays and user interface and making sure that the archetypes are well balanced. But at this point, we need help. We have a lot that we want to do to make the game even better than what it is now, to make it as great as we think it can be.
We want to improve the graphics so that the flames whoosh and the swords swing as you play the game. We want better party matching and friend-finding tools. We want to commission more music from award-winning Sam Hulick, whom you know from games like Mass Effect 3 and Baldur's Gate Extended Edition, and additional artwork from acclaimed fantasy artist Chris Rahn. Full character customization as you level up, so you can allocate your skill and trait points and choose from all the abilities that we've got created in the game so that you can have a character that really matches your vision. Finally, we want to double the number of quests that are in the game. But all this takes time and money. So if you like this idea, being able to roleplay whenever, wherever you want, please consider a pledge. We have a lot of great rewards detailed below, from signed copies of the soundtrack to original game art. And you can also help by getting the word out, whether in your podcast, on your blog, or simply on your favorite social network. Thanks for your time.